You know those times when you just throw on a button down to make sure it doesn't look like you're always wearing a white shirt? That's me today. What's up, guys? Welcome back for another tutorial with Coding with Kevin. I'm really excited for this one today. We're picking up where we left off with our nav bar, and we're actually going to start templating out a website. But I'm going to teach you guys something that wasn't taught to me in the Udemy courses that I took to get my start in coding. We are going to be learning about semantic HTML. And it's really important. When I learned through my Udemy courses, I went through a boot camp. I heard a lot about divs. Like, you can just make a div here and make a div here. Then there's a tag called a span, and that's how you formulate a website. Well, that's not. And it's really important that you understand HTML elements, because when you get into accessibility, things for the hard of hearing, the blind, or the hard of seeing, it's really important to make sure that you've got correct HTML markup or semantic HTML, so the screen reader that the person uses will be able to know where to go in the web page and be able to read aloud the correct parts of the web page it goes to. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so you know the drill. Open up your VS Code, and we're gonna start with the main tag. Now, this one was one that I got tripped up on quite a bit because I wasn't sure if the main tag went in the body tag or vice versa. And it goes in the body tag. And we'll look here. Today we're going to use developer.mozilla.org. They give a little bit more focused of an explanation as far as what the tags actually are for. And you can see here, the HTML main element represents the dominant content of the body of a document. So that's our answer. It goes inside the body tag. It says the main content area consists of content that is directly related to or expands upon the central topic of a document or the central functionality of an application. So what does that mean? I did a quick Google search just because, again, you need to know the art of Googling. And I said, what goes inside the main HTML tag? Pretty much the answer is a lot. But what shouldn't go inside it is it should not contain any content that is repeated across documents, such as sidebars, navigation links, copyright information, site logos, and search forms. And that's back at our good old friend w3schools.com. All right, so we're going to go back into VS Code. We've got our main tag here. And we're going to add just a couple more HTML semantic elements. The first one is going to be header. And then we're going to add an h1 in there. Now let's look at what the header tag actually is for. I've got that up again here. So the HTML header element represents introductory content, typically a group of introductory or navigational aids. It may contain some heading elements, but also a logo, a search form, an author name, and other elements. So today we're pretty much just going to duplicate what they've got going here, is putting an h1 tag inside of it. They're using it in a different context than how we are. So we're actually going to include it inside of the main tag. It can be flexible. You can actually have multiple header tags throughout the document. And I know it doesn't say it here on MDM, but back at W3 Schools, you can see here, note, you can have several header elements in one HTML document. However, header cannot be placed within a footer, address, or another header element. So there we go. Now we're going to go back into VS Code, and let's just type something. This is a header. How about this is the main header? Sweet. We've got that. Perfect. Next, we're going to talk about the section tag. Okay. And we're going to do some M and abbreviations. So we're going to do ×2, and then we're going to nest a paragraph tag in each of them, and let's do ×2. So 2 sections, each with 2 paragraph tags inside of it. Bada boom. So what exactly is a section tag? Well, here at W3 Schools, it says the section element defines a section of a document. Pretty simple. A section is a thematic grouping of content, typically with a heading. Now we forgot to do that, so we're going to make sure that we put headings in. Since we already have an H1 tag, we're going to be using an H2 tag. I'm not sure why they specifically have two H1 tags here, but in our document, we're going to be having only one H1 tag. So let's hop on over. We're going to go ahead and hit enter. We'll do an H2, go down to the next one, H2. All right, let's put in some content. So we'll type in, this is a secondary header. Go down here, we'll type in the same thing. Now, a really nice thing about VS Code, again, is we're going to do something called lorem ipsum. And I'm just going to type it in here real quick, Lorem. And if you hit enter, you can see that it inserts these words that are really odd and weird. And so lorem ipsum is what it's called. And we'll go here to Google. Lorem ipsum. It's just placeholder text. But what's really fun about it is there's a lot of different versions of lorem ipsum. One of the most famous ones is Star Wars lorem ipsum. And so you can go here to the Star Wars generator, generate it, and it has Star Wars themed lorem ipsum. Darth Jawa Skaramoff, right? I don't know what it exactly means. You can see words like Skywalker, Wookiee, Chewbacca. It's a lot of fun stuff. But not to get too far in the weeds. Back in our document, we're going to do lorem, hit enter again. And here's another cool trick. If you hold down Alt and Control and you hit the down arrow, your cursor doubles up. And so now we can just type lorem once and it fills it right in. So we're going to go ahead and save this. We're going to take a look at it now. And we can see here that we have our navbar, we've got our main header, and we've got our secondary header and all that in here. And we're going to go ahead and actually inspect the document. So you can see here, it grammatically puts everything in the right place. And this is what a screen reader will be looking for. It'll be looking for, okay, sweet, we've got the body. Next, we have the nav bar. We've got the main tag. Okay, what are the important elements inside there? And so this is how the screen readers will navigate through the website. Typically, they'll say, okay, hit 1 for this, hit tab for this, and a person can go ahead and navigate through. Again, for the blind, the hard of seeing, the hard of hearing. There's other disabilities that are necessary for people to use a screen reader as well. So that was the main part of our website. And in the next lesson, we're going to talk about a footer, and then we're going to actually move into CSS. So we're templating this out with the HTML, making sure that we've got semantics in place and that you can understand this is what we're doing. And then we're going to talk about CSS to make it look a lot better than it currently looks right now. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll catch you guys soon.